Okay, the NFL Super Bowl, we know who's in it. Got the New England Patriots, got the Los Angeles-Rams. I'm just kind of looking at, but the Final Four, that was the 4 teams that were playing for a chance to go to the Super Bowl, was very interesting to look at the quarterbacks and their ages. New England, Tom Brady, 41 years old. New Orleans, Drew Brees, 40 years old. And frankly, the officials stuck it to the Saints. If you saw that pass interference penalty that was not called, we would have had a 41-year-old and a 40-year-old quarterback, the Saints and Patriots, facing off in the Super Bowl. All right, the other 2 quarterbacks, though, think about this. I had to kind of get my notes to get the ages right. Jared-Goff, his Rams benefited from that bad call, but Jared-Goff, 24 years old, has the Rams in the Super Bowl. And then the guy who almost took the Kansas City Chiefs to the Super Bowl, 23-year-old Patrick Mahomes. So we have 41, Brady, 40, Brees, 24, Goff, and 23, Mahomes. It's almost like there you could sort of see changing of the guard. Now, how about this? The Browns have a 23-year-old quarterback, Baker Mayfield. Now, I'm not putting Baker Mayfield and Super Bowl in the same sentence, but I'm going to put Baker Mayfield and playoffs in the same sentence. Because what I think we're seeing here is how especially the Rams began to grow with Jared-Goff. In the 2016 NFL Draft, a lot of fans focus on how the Browns could have taken Carson Wentz. Instead, they traded down not once but twice. And Wentz did lead his team to the Super Bowl, although actually in the 2017 postseason he was injured. It was Nick Foles who finished off that great regular season that Wentz had and led his team to the Super Bowl. But the quarterback the Browns wanted, I wrote about this in Browns Blues, but if you go back and look at the 2016 draft, that's where Jared-Goff was ranked number 1. Carson Wentz was ranked number 2. That's when the Browns traded down twice instead of taking Wentz. But the quarterback they absolutely loved in 2016 was Jared-Goff, who went number 1 to the Rams. They would have taken him had he been available. Here's an interesting thing, though. Jared-Goff, as a rookie in 2016, his record was 0-7. He looked utterly lost. 2017, coaching change. Sean McVay comes in. Goff becomes, an elite quarterback, and then 2018, now he has his team in the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying Baker Mayfield would do that. Baker Mayfield had a better rookie year than Jared-Goff. Baker Mayfield probably had as good a rookie year probably as Carson Wentz did in 2016 with the Philadelphia Eagles. How about this? I was surprised. I have to look this up just to make sure I wrote it down right. Carson Wentz's record as a starter, I'm going to look twice on this, 23-17. 23-7. I thought he would be better than that. He was 7-9 his first year. The big thing that's happened with Wentz in the 2017 season, major knee surgery, ACL. 2018 came back and played, and a significant back injury. In fact, neither year played in the playoffs. So I started thinking about young quarterbacks and that. By the way, this should give the Browns fans some hope. When you watch that Kansas City team, that's something like 75% of the players were brought there by John Dorsey, the Browns' current GM. How about back-to-back years? John Dorsey drafting quarterbacks. 2017, Patrick Mahomes. 2018, Baker Mayfield. Man, that could sit on his resume forever and keep getting him jobs. Think about who drafts quarterbacks 2 in a row like the Mahomes and Mayfield, both of which had a lot of question marks next to their name, neither of which were ranked the top quarterback in the draft by any of the big draft experts except perhaps Pro Football Focus, which is the analytics site. But Mel Kiper and those guys who do it, they didn't have Mayfield number 1. They didn't have Mahomes number 1. John Dorsey had them ranked as top quarterbacks in both drafts. He told me when he had Mahomes in that there was something special about him. Actually, kind of sounded like the stuff he says about Baker Mayfield. How smart both of those guys when they put them on the whiteboard and started drawing plays. So where am I going with all this? One is the elite teams suddenly have quarterbacks that are 40 years old, and there's these younger teams with these guys in the younger 20s. These teams are on the way up, and I also think right now with a 23-year-old Baker Mayfield and a smart general manager in John Dorsey, and if he got it right with Freddie-Kitchens as the head coach, we have to see on that, the Browns suddenly begin playing playoff football and be one of these teams we'll be talking about as a contender for several years to come.